Welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. Today, the subject of today is no rewards for bad decisions. But anyway, I'm kind of moving to the left a little bit. I've been on the TikTok thing lately. So I just wanted y'all to check this one out. I couldn't even let this one go. It's not really related, but sort of kind of related. Check it out.
When we got our divorce, they set it up for I think like $69 a week or whatever. So he got a new job. This is a true story. My baby daddy got a new job. My ex-husband got a new job. So they sent me a letter for us to go back and do an increase for us to go back to court. So we get to court. True story. I went to him at this time. Yes, I got a whole new husband. My ex-husband, matter of fact, he had a new wife. They had just got remarried. So we get to court and they trying to get me to get an increase. And I told them, well, no, I'm good with the $69. Because at the time, I think my son was 4. I was like, I'm cool with that. I don't need no increase. I said, that's enough to take care of a 4-year-old to get him some whatever he needs, some Zulus and Wham-Whams or whatever. They really was they was pushing the issue to the point I had to tell them I'm good. I don't need him to pay my bills. I need him to take care of his baby. His baby 4. $69 a week to get him what he need. Yeah, I don't need him to pay my bills, so yeah. And everybody was looking like, damn, I wish she was my baby. I was keeping it 100 though. This man just got married. He got a family he got to provide for. I don't need them to take his money to provide for my household. We ain't together. And that's how y'all look at it. Y'all think y'all lay down and plop a baby out that he's supposed to pay your bills all of a sudden. I don't know who the hell told y'all that because they don't even include your bills in the child support payment. This is shit some woman done came up with. Tell me, yeah, that little money he give me, it don't pay half. It ain't supposed to pay your goddamn bills. If it do, so when he get custody, see, y'all don't look at it that way because men get custody too. So when he get custody of the child, you ready to give up half of your motherfucking check and still take care of your other kids? Because I guarantee they'll come up. Yeah, you don't want to talk about your kids then, but you don't want him to talk about his other family. When he mentioned his other family, everybody started looking all sideways. But when he gets the child, you want to talk about your other kids, you got to take care of, I bet, don't you? Huh? Can you afford to take care of his household and yours? Your children? Okay, think about that shit before you run your ass down there all happy go lucky taking his money because the tables do turn, baby. Men are getting their kids now. So can you do what he was doing? Can you pay the $5? Can you pay the $1,500? Can you pay any of that and still take care of your household? If you can't, you need to just shut up and stop running that goddamn mouth and stop using child support as a harassment tool because your baby daddy moved on. No need to talk this to death.
Okay, let's go. Once again, welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. So, of course, I got my host with me, my brother Cleveland, my brother from another mother.
What's going on?
We already got a repeat in here. He's a part of us too, Mr. Batman himself.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Merkel Mike, what's good, bro?
Good.
Today we have someone new here, Miss Rhonda. Miss Rhonda, how you doing?
Hello. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, Miss Rhonda, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Merck, how are you?
Good, doing good.
All right, good deal. All right, so today the subject is no rewards for bad decisions. So before we begin, I just want to say this right here. I just want to put this out here. And I want to be very, very clear. A good woman is a gift. A good man is a blessing. And so today we're talking about no rewards for bad decisions. this kind of piggybacking off of the show we did on yesterday, because as we were getting more into the conversation, it appears that, you know, we wasn't saying that a woman with a child can't have a man. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that with those decisions that you make early on, what kind of can hurt you along the way of getting into a relationship, possibly getting married, so on and so forth. So let's go.
All right. I started off. Yeah. One of the things we was talking about on yesterday. The scenario that one our guest was talking about was, you know, if a woman, so his son, he was saying that, you know, he was telling his son, you know, he should consider dating, you know, women with kids. And I've heard the, you know, the the statement of women with kids are more mature, or, you know, and things of that sort. But we was explaining to him like that, to me, that's not a good thing, because being a stepdad, you know, is no reward in being a stepdad. It's just none. And people get upset when you say that, but you cannot name one thing that, you know, that a man, you know, benefits from being a stepdad.
Other than being appreciated.
Now being a husband, yes, is benefits. Being, you know, a father, yes, you know, is benefits. But being a stepdad, no, it's just not. And everybody would say, you know, the woman and the child come as a package. Yes, I understand that. But a man, we, like you said, Daniel, we want to be rewarded, you know what I'm saying, for the things that we do. And one of the ways that we reward it from our kids, you know, is them respecting us, you know, them showing appreciation, and on top of that, you know, having grandkids. So that stepchild, you know, hey, it's fine for they can't respect you, you know, they but them having grandkids is not, that's those are not your grandkids. They just not. And when they come over, someone else is legacy is running through your house. You know,
Facts.
someone else legacy is running through your house. Someone else legacy is eating up your food. Someone else legacy, you know, so that's how, you know, men kind of look at it. And he was like, so the guest was like, so what should a woman do? And this is where we came up with the whole title. You made, the decision that she made is consequences to the decision she made. She decided to have 2 or 3 kids, you know, and not be with the father. So there's a possibility that, you know, she's not going to find a man who's going to step up. What women could say, good men step up, you know, and help me take care of these kids. Your baby daddy should have stepped up and helped you take care of those kids. I mean, he the one made them, but that's my take on, you know, on that conversation we had yesterday.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you say the baby daddy should step up and take care of them, sometimes these baby daddies don't want to step up
Right.
and take care of nothing. I can tell you that from experience. You know what I'm saying? I got 2
Right.
different baby daddies, and if either one of them wanted to step up and take care of their kids, they would have.
Right.
So a lot of times, even with that being said, even when, like in my case, right, I never closed the doors for neither one of my kids' fathers to be a father to their kids. They both decided that that wasn't what they wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of
Right.
the day, as a mother, you have to keep on moving. You can't stop just because they don't want to be there to take care of their kids. Did I seek out a man to take care of my kids? Absolutely not. Did it come as a reward? It did. Y'all too know that, right?
Yes.
So but at the end of the day, like we were talking about yesterday, well, what y'all were saying on the show, you know, talking about the discipline and all of these different things, it has to be some ground rules. Everything has to be laid out before any man can walk in and take care, and before any man can step in and try to discipline a child. It comes from the mother, like you guys were saying yesterday. because I did have to go through those same routes. I had to make sure, even though my kids were very young, hey, first of all, I let us go out on dates together. So if it was just us going to the park, if it was us going out to dinner, if it was us just, doing something, or he was coming over for dinner, I was introducing my kids. But even then, it still took me a year knowing him before I brought him into my home and introduced him face to face physically to my with my kids.
Right. So let me ask you this question. So when you had your kids early on, you say that those fathers, they didn't want to step up. Was this before the pregnancy or after the pregnancy?
It was after pregnancy.
Okay, so basically they got mad because they got mad because it was a breakup or something like that.
Typical guy stuff. He cheated. I laid the rules with him. I told
And then
him this baby daddy number one.
Hey, watch
Right.
yourself. Watch yourself. Talking about typical guy stuff. He cheated. No, bag it up.
right.
Going in reverse.
And I gotta ask her this. I gotta ask her this.
Women cheat too.
Right.
Listen, I know,
say
and I say
typical.
typical
How-
guy stuff. I
No.
was young.
Throw
My
it in
second-
reverse.
I deal with men. I don't deal with women. So,
My second question is how old were you?
Ooh, with my first one, I
Man,
had to
she
be like
was
20
10.
years old.
You said how old? That busted.
With my first one, I had him. I want to say around my 22nd, right after I turned 22, when I found out I was pregnant.
Okay, so
21,
22. Okay,
Somewhere around
21, 22.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the reason why I asked that question is because, and again, that all of this correlates to what we're talking about today. So your decision making, which was a bad decision,
Yep.
you thought it was a good decision, but you was trying to make a lifetime choice at 21, deciding a man in your life that you thought that he was a male, but you thought he was a man.
Exactly.
According
when
to
you're,
you,
when you're young, yeah.
right. When you're young, right.
Yeah, you
because
think
you
all of
don't
those
you
things.
think you got
You
it
don't
all
know.
figured out.
Yep.
And that is what we were saying earlier, yesterday rather, because most of these young mothers, they make these decisions early on, but they're thinking.
Mhm.
Some of them think, but I'm gonna tell you now, coming from where I come from, they thinking it's gonna lock the guy down. Just put it out there now. They thinking if I have this baby, we link. Me and this guy link in most cases. I'm telling you how it is.
I've heard women say that. And
Especially we're talking about. I'm bringing it up to let's go high school. Okay, even in the early 20 stage, that still got the same mentality. And again, so now a baby comes out of this situation. And 9 times out of 10, you living with your parents, he living with his parents or mom, and so you got 2 kids. Even though you in your 20s, you still have 2 kids. So you 2 kids trying to be that became an adult by default. Don't know what it is. Have no clue on what it is to being a parent. Both of you guys at 0. Now, how was this guy? He was in his 20s as well. The first one.
Yeah, he was, and
Okay,
honestly, I wasn't at home with my parents.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
but
so
the point that I'm saying is, you have 2 people with no real destination on what they want out of life, where they going in life. Most people at 20-something years old don't have anything to give financially.
Well, actually, I got my CDLs at 19 and started driving trucks. So I was actually when I graduated high school. You better leave me alone, Merk. I had my CDLs, and so I knew that I wanted to drive trucks. He was working at a factory in the city of Detroit, and so we were working, but it still boiled down to, on my end, the cheating part, and that was something I wasn't gonna deal with.
Right, and so go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so once I let it be very clear that it was no longer him and I, he decided that he was not going to take care of his responsibilities.
Right. And now you're trying to make a young man whose testosterone is kicking in with full capacity. Now you want him to just shut down shop for you.
No, and he ain't got to shut down shop for me. He can keep on doing whatever he doing.
No, but
I
I'm saying that because you're not understanding what you was dealing with at the time.
right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because his hormones is kicking in. It ain't that he didn't have feelings for you. It's just
Yeah.
that you trying to make him settle down, and genetically he's not settled down. He's not settled in
Because he
and
was
settled down.
young. But when you're young, you don't think about stuff like that.
I'm saying now that we're looking back, you see it, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, and you had your second child at what age?
Yeah. Mike said 10.
Now she was 10 with the first one, Mike. So how
So I had to be like 12, 13 when I had the
he
second
say
one.
11? He say 11.
So by the time I was 26, I had all three of my kids.
Okay, so this is my question. So the first one, you know, let we can say, okay, the first one was like, wow, like oops, made a mistake, right? We're gonna
Yep.
learn from this mistake.
Yep.
The second one is like, okay, I should have I've learned from my mistake, but what did you do different from this first one to the second one?
Good question. Good question.
That's a good question. You know what? I kept on working and I just was doing me being young. You know, I was engaged to my last two, my second baby daddy, him and I was engaged. Um but I ended up
How soon did y'all get engaged? Before you was pregnant or
it
after?
was after I had my last one.
Okay, so
Actually it was after my second one, after I had my daughter.
your second one.
Yeah.
And
And we
why,
got engaged and then
why
I got
didn't you?
pregnant with my last one.
Okay, so those two kids, those second two kids are his.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because my question is like, because you come from a two-parent household, correct?
Yeah.
And your mother and your father still together,
Yep.
and they've been together for how long?
Mike, you gonna throw them hands up?
50 years.
50 years.
Been together, what, about 50
So
years?
They've
50
been
years.
together for over 40 years. They've
So
been together for about
so-
46 years.
That's good. That's
so
good.
your
Yeah,
second so your second child, you say he proposed and when you had your second child. So at that
Yeah.
time, you about what, 28, 29, 27, 30?
I had to be like maybe 24 ish around that time.
24. Okay. Because my point, the reason why I'm asking, because you have a
I'm
blueprint,
not.
what you have a blueprint of what what it looks
Yeah.
like for a family to succeed, because you had both of your parents in your life. So
Yeah.
my question to you is, when did that ever dawn on you, like, I see what my parents is doing. My parents raised me and my sisters and my siblings. Did it ever dawn on you, like, this is what I should do? I should be married, have my kids, and so on and so forth.
Honestly, it did actually dawn on me, but by the time it came to me, and I came to my like what the hell I was doing, excuse my language, it was too late. You know what I'm saying? I already had three kids. I knew what I had. I knew how I was raised. I knew all of these things, and at the same time, it was like, okay, so at some point, he was showing me that he wanted to do something, but then he started reverting backwards. And so at that point, it's like, after him, I could not no longer deal with someone who didn't have any type of substance to themselves. It was bad choices on my end. I'll be honest with you, picking baby daddy because baby daddy was a drug dealer and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
but definitely bad decisions on my end. But at the end of the day, I still chose to stay and take care of my kids. I didn't do what they did and decided because
Well, mothers normally is always following the mother's lap in most cases.
right, absolutely. So
Right.
bad
Right.
choices, but it is what it is.
Right.
But I learned from that. So
Right. Yeah, but it's a hard lesson.
It is.
No.
And
And
now
again,
here we are.
I grew up in a single parent home. So I don't want anybody to think that, we're bashing. We're just saying when you bring these kids in, it gets, the more kids you have, the harder it gets. And
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I'm saying this, I'm coming from a place of familiarity. And because I'm telling you right now, the more kids you have as a young woman, the more harder it is for you don't have a whole lot of choices.
That's true.
And people think that a man with 2 kids is the same as a woman with 2 kids. And I was explaining to a friend of mine like it's different, and she was like, "Why?" I said, "Because 9 times out of 10, those 2 kids that man have are not with him. They 9 times out of 10 they're not staying with the father. So guess what? If he's with you, he's gonna be taking care of you and your family, and gonna be taking care, his child. The only way that that really that it affects you if he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing at home, and what I'm saying, and he's taking care of another household. But if he's taking care of your household, and taking care of his kids, and you're not gonna have them kids around. But when you're dating a woman with kids, them kids is gonna be around. You're gonna have to feed them. You're gonna have to clothe them. You're gonna have to take care of them. You're gonna have to discipline them. You're gonna have to do all these things. So it's different with a man and a woman when a man has kids and a woman got kids. It's just totally different. The woman may not even ever see the child. He could just say, you know what? I don't even want to be in the child life. I'm just gonna pay child support and that's it. They're just gonna take it out of my check. I'm not going to. So the woman don't even have to see the child. But guess what? If he's dating that woman, he's gonna see them. He's gonna see them kids. He's gonna be around them kids.
Another thing too, Cleve, is when if in that scenario that you just gave, if a man have a child and he's no longer with the woman that he procreated with, and now he's in his other relationship with his woman with kids, he's spending more time with those kids than it is his own.
Right.
Because he lived with them.
Right.
So it gets real crazy at that point. It gets a little, it gets real shaky. So and at that point, the man gotta go. It's time for him to have some real balance, for him to, come out on top of this situation. Merk, you've been quiet, man. Go ahead, man. Spit what you got. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Being a stepfather, the second go round has been good. The first go round was rough.
Yeah.
First go round was rough. But when I met my wife, Andrea, who I'm with now, my third marriage, in which, some people say I'm not getting married again, and, especially a woman with kids and all this. Me, I didn't look at it like that. I didn't give up on love.
Me either, brother.
So, and with my daughter, Julia, my stepdaughter, which I call my daughter.
Yep.
We had our ups and downs, but we did have our conversations to where me and her got along. I mean,
right.
We actually got along. I show her what a father looks like, what it looks like to have a man in the house.
Right. Now, how old was she when you came into the situation?
She was 13.
Yeah, that's a good rebellious age for her.
Turned 13, right. And she was living with. Matter of fact, she was living with her father when me and her mother got together. She was living with her father. She came to stay with us Christmas holiday.
There you go, Wanda.
Before
Christmas. Sorry about that.
Christmas holiday, she came and stayed with us. She was moving back home, and it took her a minute to kind of get to know who I was and stuff like that because being a stranger in her life.
Right. You're a
Um,
new person. Right.
right, I'm a new person, but um, I had my times where we did butt heads, but we were able to talk it out.
Right.
Like I say, she was 13 at the time, and then when me and her mom got married, matter of fact, because we went to the courthouse and her mother, we went to the courthouse and Julia she was our witness, you know. Um, but she never gave me that. She never gave me that attitude that some I've heard some of my friends say that where their stepchildren had told them that you ain't my dad. She has
Right.
never done that or never even gave me that
Why you think that is, Mike Mark?
I can't say that from the respect that she was raised from her mom and her father. I'm not gonna knock it from her mother and her dad
Right.
because she lived with her mom and her dad. Um, then when they got their divorce, she stayed with her mom at one point in time, and she lived with her dad at one point in time. So she did have that. She did have good raising from her parents, from her biological parents.
Right.
But and I appreciate that because man, I've been in a situation where, like I say, my second marriage, man, who we the kids by their dad and man, I'm talking about talking back and
You ain't my
calling
daddy.
sister. Yeah, you ain't my dad. You know what? I'm gonna go live with my dad. I had that, and
Mike,
but
hey, Merc, I can hear one of them now. I'm gonna call Superman on you back, man. But
yeah,
go ahead.
for real. Yeah, for real. I mean, I'm serious, and to the point where I had to say, you got to go, and we didn't. I had that, but with my daughter, I didn't. I had to say that I didn't have that. But we did have the ups and downs that a father and daughter will have, that a regular father and daughter will have. We did have them.
Right.
Come home and you ain't did the dishes. You know what? We've had that.
Right.
Regular parent, father and daughter
Right.
stuff.
Right. Right.
Staying out late and all that. And hey, you ain't gonna, me staying out all times of the night and all that.
Right.
But I
Right.
tell you what, I can say, whenever she was in she had any kind of problem, or any kind of situation, she would call me. Matter of fact, and to be honest, she would call me before she called her mom. Because everybody, well, I'm gonna say it like this: everybody in the family know. Call me. I'm gonna answer my phone. Everybody in the family know that. Even all the kids, my nieces, everybody know. If you got a problem going on, everybody else ain't gonna answer their phone. But
Right. Right.
he gonna answer the phone, and my daughter know that. She have any problem in school or whatever, she gonna call me. She gonna
Right.
call me problem in school and growing up with boys and stuff like that, and her friends and car problems, and she gonna call me.
Right.
She gonna call me no matter what. And I didn't know. I can't say it's a good feeling never getting that neglect feeling. Just like Father's Day came around, just passed. I got 3 other biological children. She was the first one to say something.
Mm.
She was the first one to say Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
And she is quick to tell me, "I love you."
Right.
And I can honestly say I believe everything she said.
Of course. Of course. If she one thing about kids and these young adults, they're not faking it. They're not gonna say something they don't really mean.
Right.
And when you said something about it I kind of resonated with it too, because in my first marriage, like I said, I had two stepdaughters. And one, she's still my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I raised both of them.
Right.
Even though the oldest one, we didn't get along, I still love her. Even though we don't talk, I still love her. Let me put that out there. But the second one, me and her, we're like this. I'm daddy, So I was daddy before I had my son. You know what I'm saying? So before
Right.
I had a child.
Right.
And then with their mom, then later my son came, and we still talk to this day. And when you said she was the first one to call you, yeah, my daughter, she always calling, checking on me, stuff like that, and stuff like that, man. We just want to feel appreciated at the end of the day. But that oldest one, man, I will say it was very challenging. It was very challenging. And so when I got that divorce, I knew then I couldn't put myself in that similar situation at all, because I knew I was in the second half of my life, and I'm like, I'm all about peace right now. So if I can't have peace in my ain't no if. I gotta have peace in my life, and if what's causing me not to have peace must be removed.
Right. I was listening to when you said the other day, yesterday, earlier yesterday, when you was talking about how Zion Williams, how he didn't even, recognize
Knowledge it, yeah. And during the draft, he did not acknowledge his stepfather. Now I want you to YouTube it once after this show. YouTube it. Just YouTube him getting drafted, and you'll see.
That's cold, dog.
That's cold.
That had
And
hurt.
that had to hurt. I listen. I don't know the man. I said, golly, because I read it. I read where the man been in his life since he was like 4 or 5 years old.
I mean, when you say took him to the basketball court, showed him how to, he the one into it and
Right.
what he needed to do, and all of
Right.
And then now, oh man, I was like, wow.
That's right. That's right, Kiki. Peace. That's right. It's a necessity. I absolutely agree. I gotta have. I can't have no other way. I'm 49 years old. I can't have it no other way. Right. I'm not. That's okay. I understand you, Miss Brent. We still love you over here, Kiki. You can be spell them over here.
Mark, let me ask you this: your son,
speak on
your sons. What would you tell them about dating or being with a woman who have kids? Would you?
No.
Be honest.
I hope.
Right.
I hope the world ready for it, because I'm gonna be straight up honest. I will tell my boys right now: do not date a woman with children at the age that they are now.
That's right.
What stage
they are right now?
Which stage is your son? Which stage is your son?
Mike is 30. He's my oldest. He's 30, and Jay is he's 25. He'll be 26. He'll be 26 on Saturday. I tell them right now: do not date a woman with children.
Why not?
But because go ahead, they're at a young age right now where they can start their own family. Then dealing with a female right now and has a baby daddy that they got to deal with, either the baby daddy or
directly or indirectly.
They got to deal with coming in and want to hang out with them, and y'all go out.
It's too much.
He can't. My son, who don't have a child by her, carrying the damn baby bag. Ain't no way in the hell that ain't in your child. No. Why are you carrying the baby bag and she carrying the carrier, and y'all walking in Walmart? No. Hey, sweetheart. Why y'all know that's no? I will tell my boys right now not to. But I do have a son. My son Jay. Jay is dating a female who does have a child. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. I wouldn't take nothing from her. She has a heart of gold. But the baby daddy is, I just don't see. I would rather for them at their own age to start their own. Go ahead and start your own family with it. Start your own family. Meet somebody who doesn't have children. Start your own family.
Right.
Did you read that what Kiki put down?
Yeah, that's why I left it up.
Well, I'm reading it right now, and I agree 100% with her.
Well, speak on it. Speak on it.
Because my last relationship, my life partner, he's not with us no more, but he came into the situation himself with 2 kids. So between the 2 of us, we had 5 kids, and we end up having to raise those 5 kids in the same household. So even now to this day, it's still not easy dealing with his ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? These are things that us women have to deal with when men is coming in with kids, whether they were married or not. They coming in with kids, which means they're still coming in with baby mama issues, you know.
Yeah,
And
I agree with Kiki.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and so yeah, men come with their own issues, their own situations, you know. And
That's true.
it's
Yeah,
not easy, and it was not easy trying to have a blended family with kids who has a mother who has a mouth that doesn't know how to close it, who does not know how to deal with her ex-husband and taking care of their kids, you know. And so the only thing she has is drama. That's all she have to offer is drama all the time. So that it makes it hard on the family, it makes it hard on the household when you're trying to raise your kids.
I understand.
I can agree.
Yeah.
Well, Kiki, I sent you the link. So if you want to chime in, feel free. Just check your email. I sent you the link.
I would tell any young adult or
Me
anybody,
too. I would tell, yeah,
anybody that doesn't have any children,
don't
if
do
you
it.
don't have any children, I would tell them do
Don't do
not
it.
date
Right.
or marry anybody with children. Find someone who doesn't have children and start that
Hmm.
life, start
Yeah.
that family, that life right then and there.
Right. Right.
Nah, because people come with, man, nowadays people
Man,
come with so much baggage, so
Yeah.
many
man, I'm trying
problems,
to tell you.
Yeah, I would even
people,
tell them don't even be
mor-
in a rush to even have kids.
people morals are so different now. They're not. You're not gonna get what you got back in the day when you had Big Mama and Big Daddy. You're not gonna
Hmm.
get that now. You got grown men that don't even know how to change a tire.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna have my daughter to date a guy who can't even change a tire. Hell
Right.
no.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
We got the special guest up in here. Hold on. Here she go. There you go. All
Yay!
right. We got Kiki in the building. All
Man,
right. All right.
Hello, hey Kiki.
hi, how are you?
Sprinkle some
All
of that,
right.
that black magic on this show. Go ahead.
Man, so listen. Okay, so my husband had 5 kids, 4 from marriage, one from a high school relationship.
Right.
And I raised them kids. Like I raised the kids. The mothers, well, from the marriage, she did not provide financially, physically, nothing.
Mm.
Nothing for years. So it's not just women. And I know several single fathers raising these children, and it's the women. It's not, we have to deal with the same things. Now, mind you, if you ask anyone I've ever dated, either one of my husbands, they didn't have baby daddy issues with me. First of all, one of them, I only had one child with my first husband. No baby daddy issues. With my
Right.
current situation, he's never had any issue with either one of my kids' fathers.
Mhm.
So we can't just generalize and say, "Oh, I don't want to date." And I get it, because I would tell my please don't date these men with kids. Like, please don't do that, because it's ill advised as far as I'm concerned. But I
Mhm.
have a very great co-parenting relationship with both of my kids' fathers. No issues.
Right.
However, these baby mamas and ex-wives, they're bitter, they're angry, they're hurt,
They're very angry. They're very
What
and
angry.
she
and
said,
I can't
yeah,
relate. I can't
yeah.
relate
Right.
to that, because when I speak with them, I said, let me tell you something. The only thing that needs to come out of your mouth to me is thank you.
Right.
Hmm.
That's it.
Right.
And you know
Don't say
what,
nothing else.
Key? You know what, Key? His ex-wife actually told me, because I had to tell her I'm in the same boat. I didn't bring any baby daddy drama into my relationship at all. Granted, they wasn't there. I had contact with them, but there was no baby daddy drama I was bringing into my relationship.
Mhm.
His ex-wife told me herself out of her own mouth that she'll always keep up drama
So,
Right.
so,
because
so,
she had nothing else to do.
Keith, let me ask you a question. You said that. So you would advise your son to date a woman with kids?
I have 2 daughters,
Oh, you have.
and I don't advise them to date men with kids, because these women do not know how to act. They
No, they
don't know
don't.
how to act.
They don't.
And, it's not just boys. If I had sons, I would probably advise them not to either. Unless, I mean, there's extenuating circumstances. As you get older, people are going to have kids.
Yes.
People gonna have kids. So
Right.
you have to be very mindful of the relationship between the parents, and you have to know the person that you're with.
Right.
Because if they can't handle and mediate those type of things, it's gonna be a problem.
In most cases, it is a problem. I'm just gonna go
In
ahead and
most
be like
cases,
that.
it's a problem.
In most
Exactly.
cases, it's a problem. I'm telling you, and even if you don't get it on the baby daddy end, you're gonna get it on inside the house where she don't have order enough to where she don't have the discipline to do the kids. So now when you try to discipline, you the bad guy because now you trying to come in with structure, and those kids are
And
not.
it was the opposite for me. I had the structure, and
Yeah, yeah,
it was the opposite.
yeah.
And
And so
kids,
now you the bad guy. You the bad guy for that.
and
Yeah.
kids,
So now here's the problem. But here's the difference. Watch this though, Cleve. Here's the difference. I guarantee you, your man or husband at the time, when he was in there, he supported you though.
No, not all the time.
Really?
Because mind you now, it was 4 of them and 1 of me. 5 including the mother. So it was this whole conspiracy to, oh, y'all need to get. And so years later, the kids finally admitted, yes, we used to make up lies, and yes, mama used to
Man,
tell us
vindictive.
to.
I'm trying to
And the
tell
mother
you.
used to tell them to do it, and then she would call him and say, oh, you gonna believe her over your kids? Your kids
Wow.
came first. And she
Oh,
told
my
them to
God.
tell the lie.
Wow.
that happened.
And
That's
it has happened. It has happened in my household.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it, man. But that's why that's why I say, if they don't have kids, male or female, you shouldn't get nobody with no kids. Now, however, as like I said yesterday, life goes on. You in your mid-30s, you in your 40s. Somebody got some kids at this point.
Hello.
Right.
But like I've stated before, I think the Generation X, I think we didn't mind doing it in our 20s. These young guys ain't even trying to get in them situations right now.
They not.
Nope.
I don't see them jumping into situations like that now.
Nope.
Because if you look at it now, especially these young men, they and then every time somebody hurt their feelings, they ready to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, but those same young men are out here making babies.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But so you're making babies and then saying, I don't want to be with a woman with kids.
Well,
Right.
Because somebody got to be with the woman that you made a baby with.
I agree.
Key statistically showing, I forget the age group, but these young guys, they're not having kids like that. It's a circle of young men who are having babies by pretty much a great bit. It's a small percentage of young men that's having babies by a big number of women. So
Right.
a lot
Yeah,
of
my daughter is 26 and she doesn't have kids, and I'm glad. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm not one of those, oh, when you gonna give me grandbabies and when you
Right.
gonna get married? And no, baby, take your time, learn these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I also tell them, once you get married, give it 2 or 3 years before you start reproducing.
Yeah. And my son, he's 27. He don't have any kids.
Okay, so we need to hook them up.
Yeah, mine.
Hey, if he break it with his girlfriend, I sure will.
My daughter, she got married. She has a husband. Well, matter of fact, I have both of my daughters are married. My boys are not married. But my son, he's engaged. Me and him on that. I've been talking to him. We're on that roller coaster of when they gonna get married, because I just talked to him on I think it was Monday or Tuesday.
But he got kids though.
Yeah, him and his baby mom. Look, let me tell you,
They live together and everything.
he has done everything right
Except the paperwork.
Marry that woman. Let me tell you, they got 2 kids together. They got a boy and a girl. They both teen parents for us going to football games, and he even went so far, he done went and bought a house. He done put them in a house.
You might as well go ahead and get married.
Cars. And I told him, I said,
Makes no
why
sense.
y'all, what are you waiting on to get married? And me and him, we've been having that conversation. So
Nah.
when
You got too much stuff in both of you guys' names. You might as well legitimize that.
Right, exactly. So when I seen they was in the Bahamas, him, his baby mama and the 2 kids, well, him and his fiance and the 2 kids, they was in the Bahamas. And I told him, I said, hit me when you get back. So that when he called me on Monday, and I said, what's going on? He said, what's up, Pop? I said, man, look here, man. I said, you and Bria keep playing house. I said, when you gonna stop playing house, man? I said, you killing me with this. I said, man, she's a good girl. She's a damn good mom. She work hard. Y'all live together. I mean, oh man, y'all, what are you? And he said, Pop, he said, I brought that up to her. He said, cause what she was waiting on at first to have this big lavish wedding. Now he said that her car broke down. And he said, I'm either gonna have to buy her a new car. And he said, I told her, if I buy you a new car for her and the kids, he said, if I buy you a new car, then we're gonna have to go to the courthouse. He said, now the courthouse is on the table by going to the courthouse. I told him, I said, dog, I said, y'all go to the Bahamas. I said, y'all could have been married and took a vacation. You did your honeymoon in the Bahamas. Y'all doing that and ain't even married.
Right.
I mean,
that was the honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, they could go to the courthouse and in a year from now have a wedding.
Right. So that's what he told me. That's on the table. So,
I see somebody made a comment that marriage is a trap.
Yeah, I put it back up there.
Marriage is a trap. Don't do it. It's a trap for those who don't know their purpose. It damn sure is. So if you don't know your purpose, don't get married.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this though. Let me say this though. Let me say this. I understand what he's saying.
I do too.
Because of what I played earlier with the video.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you
how they was enticing this lady. She was like, "No, I'm okay with what I'm getting." She said they was pushing for her to get more. She's like, "No, this is enough to sustain our child that we have together." She said, he done got remarried. I done got remarried. And they trying to tell me to pull more money away from him. And she's looking out for her ex-wife. She know that he has another union with another woman. And she knows she done moved on with her life. They both done remarried. But the system was still, that's why I played that, because it kind of correlates. The system was still perpetuating. They get more money. No, go down there and reevaluate it. Man, listen.
But listen. So the thing is, when I got my divorce, I was the same way. First of all, I'm just gonna say it what it is. I don't like white people in my business or in my mate's business. Now I get some women, they have to go that route with child support, all that type of stuff. I don't want them in either of our business. We sat down because the judge awarded me $88 a month in child support because we did split custody. Of course, I could get more. Could have got more plenty of times over the years. But guess what? I want my daughter to be just as comfortable with her father as she is with me. I don't need your money.
Right.
I'm good without your money. As long as he takes very good care of her. He's an excellent father. I am not trying to take you through the ringer, have you struggling and stressed out financially, and then that spills over into our child. I'm not doing that.
Key, it's amazing.
You know what, Key? I'm telling you right now, you are truly a gem.
Yeah,
you rare. You one of them real types.
Like that.
You one of them real types, Key.
I'm not.
I had my life suspended so many damn times for no reason.
And see, I don't like that type of stuff because, too, for me, I don't care what people say about black men. I love black men. No, they don't always do what they supposed to. Might not always be right, but they're ours. Period. Yeah. And I want to keep them out of that freaking system, if at all possible. And like with my first daughter, I just chose to not even collect child support before I run him down and keep him in the system. I was just like, it's good. I'm different. And when I speak with women about it, they don't get it. But I'm like, baby, you doing too much.
It's amazing, Key.
Yeah.
I applaud you because most men don't.
She's not average.
They don't get that.
Listen, seriously. She's not the average sister. I'm straight up. She's not the average sister.
So this is my thing on the whole with what you said as far as child support and everything. I think is one way a person should guarantee your child support. If you're married, this is just my opinion. This ain't no law, but if you're married and y'all separate, I think that woman, she should get child support. I think she should get child support because, for one, to me, like for instance, like when you were saying as far as you don't want people in your business, right? Now, women would say the same thing. They don't want that when it comes to the whole thing. And I know this is kind of off topic, but when it comes to abortion, women say, "Listen, no government, nobody should be able to tell me what I can do with my body." I agree, and I think it should be the same thing when it comes to taking care of your kids.
Right.
You should not have the government telling you how, what,
Take
and
care.
when to take care of your child. But women don't look at it like that. They feel like, no, stay out of my business. But when it comes to doing something to harm my kid's father, then
Help me
yes,
get this money.
in my business.
Right.
Yep,
Yes, here's
Help
my
me get
business.
this money.
And you know,
Not be the
in,
same.
in defense of some people have to go through the system because some people just don't do right.
Yes,
know,
I
And the
agree.
fact of the matter is you lay down with some people and they're just not going to do right. They told my husband's ex-wife to pay child support. She doesn't pay it and has not paid it. She probably won't see a driver's license ever again or a passport. But you know, some people just not going to do right because they're just not going to do right.
Right.
Whether you try to force them or not, they're not going to do right. And then that's when you have to be accountable of the people you laid down with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's what I said.
that's
No,
true.
you should not be rewarded for bad decision.
You shouldn't.
Mhm.
You shouldn't. Because again, sometimes we just have to, male and female, because it's both ways. Sometimes we just made a bad decision with the person that we procreated with.
Right.
But I hear stories where is people, men and women, they got 4 and 5 kids, 3 different baby daddies, and they still think that, hey,
They that shit.
I supposed to get a good man with a good job to take care of me and my kids, or I supposed to find a woman, who's gonna take care of me and my baby kid. Like, no, you made bad decisions. So guess
You
what?
made bad decisions, period.
Yeah.
Listen, your path is not gonna be like this. Your path is gonna be
It's gonna be bumpy.
road,
Yeah.
Bumpy.
pothole,
Rain.
Right.
rain, storm. It's not
Look,
gonna be.
it's gonna be bridge collapses.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
It's gonna be Marietta
Yeah.
Boulevard.
It's gonna be
Spaghetti
Yeah.
Junction. It's Spaghetti Junction and
Before-
everything.
it's all that.
Before it got repaired, Mike.
And guess
Yeah.
what? And you should be humble in trying to date. That's men and women.
And that's why
Yeah.
I say that.
But you
They
know,
should
people don't
humble
humble
themselves.
themselves enough, but they don't.
No, they
But that's
don't.
why I say they should humble themselves, because if you in a situation, and you find a quality man, that's a blessing that you found something. At that point in your life where you 2 and 3 kids deep in the game, you done found some quality. They don't come by every day in your situation.
And the thing is,
Hey, what did you say when you found a good woman after going through all that trouble and license suspended and going to jail, and you find that one woman who, what did you call her?
Say that again.
What did you call that woman?
a blessing.
A gift?
No, I said a good woman is a gift,
It's
and
a
a good
gift.
man is a blessing.
But boy, let me tell you, sometimes, boy, it's rough out there. And
Yeah.
when you do find that one,
Yeah,
let me tell you, that's that
you
gift.
better hold on.
That
you
yeah,
better
you're
hold
right. You better hold on. You
Yeah.
better hold on to that gift.
I'm
You better
telling you,
look,
listen.
put that gift in
I
that coffee and hold on.
love my sister, and I'm not trying to put her business in the street, but I'm just saying this is just facts. I love my sister. My sister had four kids at the time. 4 kids. She meet this guy, great guy, treated all 4 of them kids like they was here. Didn't have no kids. Didn't have any. No, I'm sorry, he had 1. I'm sorry, I take it back. He had 1. Treated my nieces and nephews like they were his. And they was cool at first. And all of a sudden, she went left, fumbled. When she fumbled, she lost them. She'll never get that. They did have a child, so now she have a total of 5. I mean, they grown now, but still, she will never find a guy like that ever again in her life.
That's why.
I mean, I love that guy. To this day, I love him. I mean, when I see him, I just want to do something for him. That's how good this guy was. I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we take things for granted. You
Right.
don't have those options as you continue to build. As your luggage get bigger, You got more luggage. Listen,
But here's the thing.
don't come by every day like they used to when you was in your 20s. You know, your phone used to be buzzing when you was in your 20s. You was that shit. That phone call starts slowing down when you get 35, 40, two kids, three kids. Phone calls start slowing down. You're not that thing no more. You in your mind.
I still am. Just
well, you know, I'm gonna meet you in the next life. I'm gonna meet you in the next life. In the next life.
But here's the thing. Listen, what women have to realize also is that the older you get, you know what I'm saying? The older you get, like it's more y'all than us, for one. It's more y'all than us. So you gotta understand that when you get out here in this dating market, that you gotta understand the market. You gotta understand that the market is the actual consumers, they want what they want. So knowing that is more of y'all than us, you have to give the market what it wants. And a lot of women, they feel like, no, I don't have to give the market what it wants. I'm gonna give the market what I want it to have. And a lot of women are not being, they don't
understand. I don't think they understand it though, Clay.
They not
they don't understand that.
You're in a competition. You got to think, if you're 40 years old, right? Because think about it, lady. Think about when y'all was in y'all 20s. How the 40-year-old man, the 30, 40, 50-year-old man was trying to holler at, because y'all was the new cars off the lot, right? Y'all was the new cars off the lot. Now y'all older. Guess what? They making new cars.
But guess what though? But you know, a man's man, he like those antique cars. He like the ones that's built good with value. The ones that's made out of real metal. He like them collectibles.
I agree.
Some of them don't want the new car, the fresh houses. Some of them want that one that's worth something for real. I get what you're saying though.
Most men,
clean them new cars start having wiring problems.
Right. They got recalls on them.
Yeah, they got
recalls and stuff.
They want something that's built for tough. They want something that's built for tough. They don't want nothing that's gonna break.
I put it to you like this. Ain't none of y'all going to the car lot looking for an old car.
Nope.
How about that?
Yeah, you right about that.
Nope.
That ain't what they don't keep the collectibles on the car lot.
I mean, that's different.
But listen, the collectibles you talking about now, Keith, the collectibles you talking about, they don't have no miles either.
Oh boy.
They don't have no miles.
They got low mileage, and I'm here for it. Exactly.
Been sitting up there in storage for years. It's a 76 and it got 200 miles.
Yep, well kept. Exactly.
Yes.
Those are gems. Like you said, it's a gem.
Okay.
She is a gem, but let me say this though. But let's be fair. Let's be fair. The Honda Civic is gonna get the best rides. But go ahead.
Let me say this. You funny.
300,000 miles and it still works.
That
Honda, I'm talking about them new Honda Civic coming out the sim line. They gonna go ahead. They gonna come out the lot fast. I'm just saying.
But I can say the men on the panel right now, when we talk about low mileage, the men on the panel right now, am I correct? Do I stand correct? All of our wives had one child, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
And now multiple children.
Facts.
Yeah.
Low mileage.
And low mileage, less baggage.
Yeah. And it's good on gas.
And I want to be clear again. For those that didn't hear the show yesterday, I want to be clear again. I had to make sure, because when I got out of that situation, I was married with 2 kids in my first marriage. I had to make sure that this was a shoe fit in. And I'm telling you right now, for those that didn't hear the show yesterday, we had this conversation. I was monitoring, being very analytical on how is he listening to, what do he have structure? Did he listen to his mom and all this type of stuff? How he acting, stuff like that. And I'm telling you, so one day we had this conversation, and I know I'm repeating what I said yesterday. And she was like, well, what if I had 2 kids? I said, well, shit, I wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't be talking right now. I was just cutting dry because I already knew what I wanted, what I could stand for. I knew what I was going to tolerate. Because at that time, I knew I'm an older guy now, so I see from a whole different view. When I was young, then I got caught on the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got caught on the hook. I didn't know how to look at it, things. As I got older, you see it from a whole different perspective. Because back then, I'm just thinking with my heart, oh, I got it. I can take care of it. I'm not trying to play repairman no more. It got to be a shoe fit in for me.
I know that's right. I'm done with fixer uppers.
I know that's right.
To piggyback on what you were saying, I was on the same thing. I wasn't trying to be with a woman with no kids. I
Yeah.
just wasn't. I was not trying to be, and the reason why, because for one, I didn't want to come in trying to prove, that I can be a good dad. No, I didn't want to do that. But but one thing I looked at, because when I was telling one of my friends, I said, yeah, I wasn't gonna date no woman with kids. And they were like, well, you ended up with a woman with a child. I said, yes. I said, but I looked at how she did it. I said, she got married, she had a child,
Right.
divorced. I
Right.
said that to me, they did it the right way. She did it
Right.
the right way. So
Right.
that to me was a plus.
Right.
So I will overlook that. Other than she got 3 kids or 2 kids, never been married, got 2 baby daddies.
Here's the thing. So why is it, because at the same time you had a child too?
Yeah,
And so like with my ex-husband, his mother does not want him to date anyone with children. And so my daughter was like, Grandma, my daddy got a child. Like, he got me. Now, granted, she is his only child.
Right.
Does she stay with him?
We have 50-50 custody. So she goes in between both of us at her own free will.
But
was it
most
from a
men,
previous marriage?
kids don't stay with them.
Was it
Right.
from a previous marriage though?
No, his only child is with me. That's my ex-husband.
Yeah.
So he didn't have any children when we met, and I had one daughter.
Okay.
Right.
So to this day, she'll be 16 in 2 weeks, and he doesn't have any other kids. But his mother doesn't want him to date women with kids, and I'm like, he has a child.
Right.
I understand where I can
Yeah.
understand
Where she coming
She trying to save him from I hear what you're saying,
Right.
but in her defense, she's just trying to save him from a lot of heartache and headache.
46, 47. You must want him to date a 20-year-old.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, hey,
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
he's wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No,
That's
well,
100%.
he has a new girlfriend, and I love her. She is amazing, and she has kids. And I'm like,
Okay, so he
don't
didn't
listen to your
so
mama.
Basically, he didn't listen to his mother.
Don't listen to your mama, please. Because please give my daughter a good stepmama. This is a good woman. She's a good girl. Whether she has kids or not, I want my daughter to have a good stepmother, and she is a good woman. Don't listen to your mother.
I hear you.
Yeah, just because she have kids don't mean that she can't be a good woman or a good mother.
I'm not
She's
saying
solid.
that. I'm not saying that. It's just that a lot of men don't want to go through the hustle and bustle with raising somebody else's child.
And we're coming. We're not just talking we're talking from experience. We're not just talking.
I feel it. I do understand for real, but it's just like when you're almost 50, what are you expecting?
No, I'm telling you, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you what I was expecting. I'm telling you what I was expecting. They had to be, listen, my wife had to be a good candidate for me to jump in this situation. I'm telling you. I was looking for zero.
Me too.
And let me say this. So before I even met my wife, so I was dating, and I was out there dating in the States. And I was one of the females I was dating. Beautiful woman, beautiful, nice, fine. We got along, everything. But she had 4 kids. And at the time, I'm just sowing my raw oats, but I knew at some point it was gonna have to end. At some point, I knew that I had to go ahead and test that old Chevrolet out. I had to test the old Chevrolet out. That classic you talking about. Right.
All why you trying to figure out how to exit stage left.
Those used cars.
Exactly, trying to leave at the same time.
But remember, those used cars, what they say when you get on the lot, as is, no warranty. So I enjoyed the ride, I treated the ride
Oh
good.
my gosh.
I put premium fuel in, even though it didn't need premium fuel. I treated the car good. I left it in good standards. I left it the way when I came. I left it the way
With
when I,
more miles on it, but you added some miles to it though.
yeah, I did. You had to ride it. You had to ride it though. You had to ride
See.
it.
Yeah, so now it's almost at 1,000,000 miles.
Well, no, she, hey, no,
But I killed the oil
Hey,
change.
she was already at 1,000,000
don't
miles.
blame me. Hey, so y'all looking at me, y'all ain't looking at the
Hey,
She had 4 kids.
Hey,
She
she
was already
need
at
an
1,000,000 miles.
overhaul. 4 kids, she need an overhaul.
Hey, but I'm telling you, if you see it right to this day, you see it right now, still, still look marvelous. You wouldn't even think she had 4 kids. But again, 4 kids is 4 kids. I'm like, but I just left a situation with 2. Why would I double up? It
Right.
ain't adding
I
up.
know that's right. I will
It
not
ain't adding
do
up.
it again.
But again,
I-
I had to slowly detach. I already knew I had to slow, had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, honestly, at this point in my life, if I ever get back in the dating world, I probably wouldn't date a man with kids. If I date him with kids, he has to have kids as adults.
Oh, kids
as
grown.
well.
Right.
Yeah.
Kids grown. Yeah,
But
'cause
you know what? Even adult kids, honey, listen.
It
Oh,
can be.
trust me, I
It
know.
can be. If you allow them to. If you allow them to.
Yeah.
If you allow them to.
A lot
Mhm.
of them allow it.
No, see, I don't. I have that
Hey,
zero.
ladies,
No.
would y'all like to be married? Well, Keith, would you like to get married again?
I'm separated now.
Okay.
And so I will not get married again. Like if I get a divorce this time, I do not have any desire to be married again.
Okay.
Mm.
What about you, Rhonda?
I'm
That's a
actually
no.
not even. No, I'm actually not even dating right now. I'm not on the dating scene at all. Period.
But would like,
Y'all know.
would you
Y'all
like
know why. I right now I can't even answer that question because
I got
I'm not even dating.
I got you. I got you.
I'm
Cause
just saying if I get a divorce, I'm just know Key gonna go back to pimping.
What?
It's my turn.
She said she going back to what?
woo! Hey,
P-I-M-P.
that-
She said P.I. Yeah.
P-I-M-P Key.
hey, more power
Somebody
to
give
you,
Kiki one of them hats with a feather in it.
more power
Yes,
to you.
all that.
She
More
said
power
all she's
to
doing
you,
is trying to
sis.
find
With,
somebody's mama's son.
with some now and later gators.
Mhm.
Listen, I don't plan on doing it again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, this, this was my second marriage, and
This will be my last one.
yeah,
I say
Exactly.
This will definitely be my last one.
after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not playing for failure. Let me say that.
No, but I'm saying
just
I'm
saying,
gonna ride this to the. I'm gonna
Yeah,
ride. This
I'm riding.
to the
Right,
grave.
just
Yeah.
wheels
I'm
off.
riding.
And
Yeah.
listen, one of the guys he was saying that tell these girls I'm single.
Ah,
Hey, you just told them. You just told them. But
hey, they kind of quiet over here.
Look, he also said marriage is a trap and all that. I see him on a lot of the shows. I already know how he think. He can keep that over there. He one of the ones let me know it's pee in the dating
you
pool.
feel the same way, Keith. You said you're not gonna do it again.
Oh no, I wouldn't. Would not.
Yeah.
Holly doesn't. 1 star does not recommend.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't listen. I feel if a person is getting what they want, I'm fine with it. I have the problem with the ones who complain about what they not getting what they want, and they not.
Right.
But if you getting what you want out of life, hey, more power to you.
That's what I say. Do what make you happy.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I mean, I'm married, but I'm saying I like to see everybody happy. But I'm gonna say if you being for those who looking for, men, and I'm talking about females in particular, being having unrealistic
Expectations.
expectation for men, you're gonna find yourself. You're gonna find yourself by yourself because you're not being realistic. You're looking for 6 feet. You're looking for 6 feet, 6-pack, 6 figures, and all this crap. Then you the main one ain't in shape. Just crazy shit like that. So you just got to be realistic.
Yeah.
I probably just go on and thug it out, but if I don't, just know I'm pimping.
Hey, listen, it's crazy because
you in Atlanta? Key, you in Atlanta?
I am.
Okay, cool.
And the pickings are ripe. Please, for me, it is. The pickings is ripe. I don't know what other people be dealing with, but I'm
All
good.
right, so let's go ahead. So what kind of classic car this is sitting on the lot right now?
But this like an old 57 Mustang or something.
Okay, this one of the old. Is this the convertible?
The ones that's hard to come by. Yep, with the original engine
With
and
the
low miles.
original engine.
Yes.
With the original engine.
So you
Exactly.
so you don't got no body work done, no damage, no
None.
fingers,
No, I don't have no body work.
No,
No.
no rear end damage.
Then eyebrow.
No. Absolutely not.
Eyebrow.
Hey, is that the original hood?
Look,
You didn't change the transmission.
this is what you see is what you get. Mm-mm.
Cause I promise you, I seen an Impala the other day with a Bentley hood on it. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, this is Impala. What you do with a Bentley? What you do with a Bentley hood on?
They try to fake it till you make it. That's fake it till you make it right there.
You better not have that Chrysler that stuck a B on that boy.
Hey, that's like having a drop top Sundance and putting a BMW sign on it.
Yeah, man. I see it all the time. I be like, you know, you a doggone SUV and you out here
Right.
with some small tires on it.
Right. Going to the soccer game, pulling up to the soccer game with the kids.
You know you're a minivan trying to put some rims on it.
Right. Yeah, I don't have those issues.
But nah, it's real that men are visual, and
they are.
I hear women all the time. They want to argue the fact that we are visual. So the first thing we do is we see. But they don't want men to be men. They want men to be women, be emotional. And no, we are visual creatures. That's just the way we go. So we're gonna look. Yes, we're gonna judge off of what we see. I mean, that's just like I judge off of our how we can provide. We judge off of how y'all look. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
You know what? But you see a person first, and I don't understand why people now basing a relationship off of outside appearances. That doesn't work. No. But you see a person first. That's the first thing you do. Yeah. You don't look at a person and say, oh, they have a nice personality on them. You don't see that. You looking at features, whether you like curves, whether you like slim,
exterior,
right? And women do it too. We do it too.
Right.
Right. I don't
let me say this. Yeah.
I need to like what I wake up to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to like what I wake up to. Like some women like, bigger men. Some women like tall, short, slim, athletic.
But let me say this though. I will say this. As men get older, they tend to bend a little bit. It's okay to have a little pouch head now.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay to have a
grown-ass woman.
Yeah, because we grown. So he realized, I'm talking about the man now. He realized that when he see this woman. So he's not looking for, in other words, he's not as superficial as most women that are out there looking for men. He's more realistic with his decision making in his later years. However, again, we are wired up to see the exterior, but he's looking beyond that because he know, she's 40-something years old. I mean, what do I expect? I can't expect her to look like she's fucking 21.
And why would a 40-year-old want something that look 21? You're a pedophile or something?
Well, I do. Well, not 21 is an adult, but I understand your point.
And the more the more I put it like this: when a man he gets older, he mature. Correct, like how you said it. Right. But the more feminine you are, men will go down in looks, like
personality, all of that stuff, like gravitate.
All those things we go down in looks. That's why y'all see a dude and be like, damn, why is he with her? Because she know how to treat him. She know how to
treat them good. Exactly.
She has a great personality. She easy to get along with.
She's not nagging and fussing and arguing all the time.
Problematic.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Right.
I tell women that too. I'm like, y'all need to learn how to shut the hell up. Y'all get on my nerves. I know the men don't
All the
want you
damn
getting on my
nagging.
nerves.
And it's funny
All
you say
damn
that.
nagging.
It's funny you say that because women, this is one of the things they kill me with. They will say, why men don't, women are easy, they simple, y'all don't know how to treat them or whatever. And I always ask them, I said, so out of all your female friends, what do y'all talk about? And the first thing women say is, oh, I don't have a lot of female friends because they messy.
Nah, because you don't know how to be a friend. You
so what
messy.
do you think men go through?
No.
If you can't have a lot of friends or be around a lot of women because they
Red
messy,
flag,
what do you think
red
men go
flag.
Men go through the
Well,
same
actually,
thing, though.
Key,
Yeah.
I actually don't have a lot of female friends by choice because I do feel like women are messy, and it's not because I'm messy.
Where you live, Rhonda?
I live in Atlanta.
Okay, we gonna
Well,
go hang out.
I don't live in Atlanta, but I live outside of Atlanta. I'm in
Me
Georgia.
too.
She live in Macon somewhere.
I
Oh,
do
she's
not
south.
live in
I'm
Macon.
down
Y'all
south.
go. No, I'm not. Don't listen to him.
I'm in the country too.
But yeah, I'm out in Gwinnett County. But I don't, first of all, I'm a truck driver. So most of my
You be
life I've
going,
been
yeah.
driving trucks since I was 19. So most of the people I've been surrounded by has been men. Before that, I went to school for automotive. Once again, the thing I have been surrounded by was men. So anywhere in my profession, I've always had a bunch of guy friends. So not really being exposed like that to females except for being at shippers or with my sisters and my cousins and stuff like that. So
And I feel like
yeah.
some women, they don't have female friends because they don't know how to be a friend. Because it's
yeah.
so easy to blame it on other women. I have amazing female friends. We've been friends 20, 30 years, and I still make new friends. And I don't have those, if
I
I
mean, I
see
got
So King, when you gonna invite them on the show?
which one, invite
Your friends.
who on the show.
Your friends, so we can have these conversations because I know y'all have the conversations, right?
Yeah, you just let me know.
Invite them.
Mhm.
Invite them so
So
we can have
since, and I know I'm jumping the subject. This is a show we're gonna have very soon. I told Cleve to reach out to you, but I know he's probably busy, so I'm gonna say that. But I definitely wanted to have you on the show again, Key, talking about it's gonna be you and we'll line it up. We're talking about the journey of spirituality.
The journey of what?
Spirituality.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
I know, so just hold tight. It'll be coming soon. So I me and Cleve talk. I say, hey man, I reach out to her, let her know, man. It's so we're trying to invite a couple more people so we can sit down and talk about it. It's gonna be a good one. But anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Back to the subject.
Yeah.
You don't get rewarded for bad behavior.
Right. So again, we just have to be both male and female. We have to be held accountable for our decision making. However, you're young, you be like, oh, I was young, because we hear that a lot, right? Oh, I was young. I don't know what I was thinking about. But you made that damn decision, though.
You made the decision.
Yeah.
And some consequences are for life.
You can't stand as
for
good.
life.
You can't stand as good now, but you love the hell out of them when you let them fold you up.
That's all I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
When you lay down with them, you equal.
Yeah, he was all good then. So so woman up, woman up. Put your big girl panties on. That's all I'm saying.
Panties are overrated.
I know it's.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
That's right,
Thank
Rhonda.
you.
They overrated.
What's
Yes,
overrated?
they are.
What's
Panties.
Panties. Overrated.
You say panties overrated?
Yes, they are. Who people still wear those?
I take your word for it, but
No argument here. But anyway, I will say this though. Now, so in my early 40s, that's when I got my divorce. Man, I'm telling you, it was hard out there, bro. It was hard. And those girls, they was on some more shit. I'm like, what the hell? It was crazy. From my experience. And
I believe you.
And my kids were grown, so it's almost like, you have kids, but you don't have kids because they're grown, they're out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like, I gotta pay child support. It's my weekend to pick up John, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so really, I was like, okay, they tripping, But it was all
Well,
good.
well,
Because
Daniel, I totally see it because, I'm a life coach as well. And so I see it all the time. And I hear these women like, oh, I can't find a man. Oh, I can't. Ma'am, you need to be by yourself because you are hurt. You have all this trauma. You don't
yeah,
need to be with anybody. So if this is what men have to date these
yeah,
days, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is really something. These women are so damaged and so hurt, and they don't even realize it. There's so much
Yeah.
healing that needs to take place, but that will go into the other show about the journey to just healing yourself. Or people have
yeah.
to learn sometimes to be alone,
Right.
Yep.
and people will come to you. You don't have to look for a man. I've never had to look for a man. I've always been
Thank
sought
you.
out. So
Right.
when you get right with yourself, you don't have to go out here looking for anything. I don't care if it's 10,000 men and 5 women. The one that wants you is going to want you, but he's going to want you because you provide peace and safety and comfort, and you can soothe him spiritually. When you touch him, he melts. Like women can't even
Oh,
relate
yeah. Oh,
to
hell.
that type of thing because they have these walls and they're so damaged. And I'm just like, baby girl, just sit back and chill for a second. Just relax.
Yeah.
Girl, you
And
about to
that's the
make me
reason.
cry over here. You about to
Yeah.
make
She
Right.
got,
me cry.
And that's
yeah.
why when Cleve
She,
asked
hey,
that question,
please. She got me on the part when she said something about melting. I'm like, damn.
Hey,
Yeah, they listen.
yeah,
I'm sitting here saying, thank God I'm not out there.
Oh,
My
I'm
yeah.
husband, he says that
it,
all the time because if
I'm
I hug
glad
him,
I'm
even
not.
in our place
I
where we
feel
are
so.
now, when he's around me, if I hug him, if something is going on, it's almost like he about to pass out.
Yeah.
But he misses that. He appreciates that more now because
Right.
he's like, I didn't find that out there. I can't find that. Like what you do for me is something different.
Why you don't gonna let him ride that Mustang?
I told him he got to do the maintenance on it first.
I know that's right. That's the reason why I said when Cleve asked about marriage, like, I know for a fact that I'm broken. I know that
Right.
I have nothing to offer a man right now.
Mm.
Um, because of some things that I've dealt with, on top of losing my significant other,
Right.
I can't get out there in the dating world right now because I
Right.
know for a fact as a woman I have absolutely nothing to offer a man right now.
And see, I love that you're even able to verbalize that, because a lot of
Mhm.
women just won't even say it. The mere fact that you can acknowledge
I
that
applaud
that's where the place that you're in, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because when you're ready, you'll be ready. And you can look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm not ready.
And
And
Hmm.
the
that's
thing is,
amazing.
energy and
Yeah.
like
That is
energy. Goes
that's
in,
the first thought of her healing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The thing
Yeah.
is, once you hear, I remember when I first got divorced, and I was going to counseling and everything. And one of the things my counselor was telling me, like, you have to get back to knowing what you like, things that you like,
Mhm.
because you can't expect a person to treat you treat you how how you want to be treated if you don't even know how you want
How
to be
you
treated.
want to be treated?
So
Exactly.
I just changed everything. I mean, I became vegan. I just changed everything inside out. And it's like soon as it's just like a um a flower.
Oh,
All during the fall,
it. Just coming.
winter and fall, you know what I'm saying? It's not blooming. It's just sitting there. It's just sitting there, getting rain, getting all this stuff hit on it.
Dormant.
As soon as spring comes,
Mhm.
boom, that thing bloom, and you see bees and all types of insect going at it. And that's just how I seen my life unfold. Like soon as I was able to, to get out here and date everything, like boom. I had folks coming at me, different people coming at me with wanted that. And I'm like, no, what can you I don't even eat meat. Like what do we have in common? I don't even eat meat. Like we have nothing in
I got these cauliflower buffalo wings for you.
right.
like we don't I don't even
I
eat
got some
meat. So
trees in the
it
back.
was like Rhonda, once you get to that
Mm-mm.
point where you healed and everything, you people will start noticing that the right energy, the right
It'll come to you.
start compete. Not just men, but women too. Just people just
Yeah.
start flocking to me. I started reconnecting with people I haven't talked to or seen in years, and I mean, it just but you gotta heal. You gotta heal.
Hey,
You
hey,
gotta heal.
you got one of the
Yeah.
listeners. Is
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to it. I was just trying to let people talk. I didn't want to over talk or whatever. Yes, Miss Townsend, we try to do at least twice a week, and sometimes 3 times a week,
Yeah.
depending on scheduling.
And on Sundays we typically do God talk.
Yeah, we do God talk on Sundays, unless schedules conflict. So hopefully we'll do a God talk this Sunday as well. To answer your question, Miss Townsend. Okay, so we have passed the 1 hour mark.
Way past.
Absolutely.
I know we can go on and on and on. So as we always do by the end of the show, we always want to give some food for thought before we leave. We're going to start off with the ladies first. But we're going to start off with Miss Rhonda, since she's the first time on the Brown Spade. All right, what you got on you? Go ahead. What's on your heart?
I think like healing yourself before you decide to get into any type of situation, even if it's just a friendship. When you don't have anything to offer, anything, when you can't put anything on the table for no one, don't take up that space. Like I said, even if it's just for friendship, just work on you, building yourself up.
Okay. What you got, Miss Kiki?
She came on late.
my-
I gotta come home. I'm coming
classic
home.
Ford,
That put me in, coach. That put me in.
Yes, that part, all of that,
the life coach,
the classic.
the
My
class.
thing is, it's
Especially with
all
the
about
Mustang.
it's all about accountability. It's all about self accountability, and you have to be able to look in the mirror and acknowledge the part that you have played in the space that you are in life in this very moment. And it's so easy to blame others, but you have to look in the mirror and take accountability for yourself, because that's the best place that you can start and the best thing that you can do.
Right. Mr. Merk, what you got, brother?
I would tell all the new young generation that's out here now to take their time, examine all situations before you step into it. That's the only thing I can say.
Brother Clee.
I appreciate my guests. Well, y'all family. Appreciate my family on this panel. I appreciate y'all coming on here. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. And for me, we can all learn from our bad decisions that we make. But that's the thing. You have to learn from it. You can't continue to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I mean, that's insane. So for my people out there, you can make bad decisions, but it's consequences with them bad decisions. You should learn from them decisions and hey, move on from them.
Right. Okay. And I just want to say, when you make these bad decisions, hold yourself accountable. And sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But don't be bitter because you had a bad experience with a guy. And now you're going to miss your blessing because you're so mad at this guy, you think he's just like him. Or you so mad because that girl treated you so bad, that woman treated you so bad. So now when you meet the next, you just think all women this way. So if you want to be in a relationship, you have to be vulnerable. You have to have an open mind, an open heart. But life goes on. You got to move forward. You cannot take that with you into the next step journey in your life. If you do, you're going to miss your blessing. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
Family.